The Yellow Sea has supported the people living in its coastal areas for over thousands of years and has consistently provided food and other resources to human beings. The Yellow Sea has witnessed the growth of civilization and development in its coastal countries. But now, because of rapid economic development in recent years, the Yellow Sea is facing serious problems of pollution and declining resources. To save our Yellow Sea is becoming an urgent need. The Regional Conference on Parliamentary Roles in Protection of Marine Environment and Sustainable Use of Marine Resources in the Yellow Sea was organized in Qingdao, China from the 28th to the 30th of March 2006 as one of the public awareness activities of the UNDP GEF project on reducing environmental stress in the Yellow Sea large marine ecosystem, also known as the YSLME project. This is the first time a global environment facility-funded project has organized such an event. The conference was successfully organized with contributing efforts from the Ocean Forum of the National Assembly of Republic of Korea, the Committee of Environment and Resources under the National People's Congress of China, the Korean Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries, the State Oceanic Administration of China, and the China Ocean News. 50 persons from the participating countries of the YSLME project attended the conference, including 14 members from the parliamentary bodies. High-level members from the parliaments also attended the conference, including a member of the China National People's Congress Standing Committee and the chairman of the National Defense Committee of the National Assembly of Republic of Korea. The conference was organized in plenary presentation sessions, panel discussions, and site visits. The topics of the presentations and discussions included current marine environmental status, the need for environment protection, legislation related to marine environmental protection, and the economics of conserving marine resources. Parliament members took the opportunity of the conference to exchange their views on marine environmental issues and communicated face-to-face with their counterparts from other countries. A member of the Korean National Assembly stated that the conference provided a good chance for the Parliament members to get together and to understand the marine environment problems in the Yellow Sea. With better understanding of marine environment problems, the Parliament members also realized that it is important to establish regular dialogues between politicians and scientists. The conference provided a good model for this kind of dialogue, which should be continued. Therefore, the participants decided to establish a mechanism to maintain the momentum generated by the conference, and it was agreed that the next Parliament conference will be organized in the Republic of Korea.
On behalf of the UNDP GEF Yellow Sea Project, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome all the members of the parliamentary organizations, the government officers, and the marine environment experts attending the Regional Conference on Parliamentary Roles in Protection of the Marine Environment and the Sustainable Use of Marine Resources in the Yellow Sea.
On the opening of the Regional Conference on Parliamentary Roles in the Protection of Marine Environment and Sustainable Use of Marine Resources in the Yellow Sea, here in Qingdao, and my warmest welcome to all the participants of the conference, and particularly the parliamentary members.
I was encouraged by fellow participants here. Thank you very much. Excellencies and distinguished guests, as I told you, this is my great honor to give in the Yellow Sea. From the ancient time for the Koreans, Yellow Sea has been something like the mainstream for life and our everyday life. Every single, from the kids or elderly person in Korea, there's a none who never heard about Yellow Sea. This is our tradition and custom.
特别是近几年，我们冠别了很多护眼黄海的，像招不场这边的护眼大户，激励了一下流域黄海的护眼活动，已经严成和
希望各位海内外专家学者加强交流和合作，共促事业发展。预祝大会取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。
The members of the National Assembly and the parliamentarians here, of course. And not least, I would like to thank Dr. Yi Han and the good and the excellent staff of the program office in Seoul who've done such a tremendous job. I have to say, I think it's been said before, that this being the parliamentary conference that it is, I think it's the first time that we've gotten together with Jeff in this way. The Jeff is an instrument mostly for supporting national governments. We deal with executive agencies, often we deal with NGOs when we do small grants. But we almost never deal with congressmen and national assemblies and parliamentarians. So this is really important, and I think it's an indication.
And if the vertical velocity gets through the thermocline with a maximum at the thermocline level and reach the surface, and the surface we call the SST, surface temperature, sea surface temperature, much cooler than surrounding. That's a common sense, right? That's two. I think
a little bit about the stresses with respect to large marine ecosystems from land-based.
Economic loss of mariculture in Korea due to harmful algal bloom is around $10 million per year, whereas in Liaoning City, China alone, the annual loss is up to $20 million. With this statement alone, we see that there is an urgency that serious deterioration of Yellow Sea environment is to be resolved not only for nature but also
the domestic laws involved and how to harmonize these. I think we'll talk a little bit about the strategies with respect to the way they affect different stakeholder groups from the government.
and their department. Source from land-based activities are wastewater from daily housework, industrial, and agricultural activities, and the livestock cultivation. Pollutants from sea-based activities are wastewater and oil spill from ships, oil spill from ships.
Let me introduce
from our point. Both countries, Korea and China, has very common interest to use the resources of the ecosystem, and also we have to protection
by human activities. As Honorable Dr. Jae Jong-ki emphasized, uncontrolled pollution from land influence the negative impact on the Yellow Sea ecosystem. This leads to the frequent occurrence of harmful algal blooms, degradation of biodiversity and coastal habitat, reduction in fisheries
to pursue further development through a YS11 project. In this sense, I'd like to propose one thing though. As an honorable member of Parliament of the Republic of Korea, Mr. Jae, you mentioned we need to develop this kind of activity in a regular.
If they don't already know it. And I think in this case we have the various different stakeholders, fishermen and their communities, industry, farmers, etc. And this kind of awareness building among the stakeholder groups within the parliamentary context is very critical. And I think a meeting of the kind that you suggest in South Korea would be very useful in that regard, and also to make this something more of a systematic and regular dialogue.
So my question is, do you think the current legislation is enough? We only need to have enforcement, or we need to do both work from the legislative point of view? Thank you.
The reason is, some speaker already mentioned about this awareness, public awareness. Frankly speaking, I have to confess to experts here, I was not much aware of the significance of these problems. Up until I just look at, I think many of Korean leaders and policymakers and legislative leaders are similarly situated as I. The materials I heard from speakers' speech this morning. So we have to, this is a good starting point, I guess. We have to keep, build up momentum and consensus, of course, interesting thing, but between China and Korea, the Yellow Sea is our common.
主席先生，各位议员， 女士们、先生们，大家下午好！非常高兴，UNDP GF 举办这次会议，使我们两国的议员能有机会在一起，两国的议员和专家能有机会在一起共同探讨黄海的环境保护问题。黄海是友谊的桥梁和纽带，保护黄海是我们共同的责任。中国全国人大十分重视对黄海的保护。我借这次机会参加会议，向大家介绍一下中国海洋环境保护法治建设及其对黄海保护的情况。
Qingdao and Shanghai. From this large metropolitan area, they discharge lots of waste and pollutant into the Yellow Sea. In Korea, about 33% of total population lives near the sea. Now, fishes in the area were killed again, like this. Chemicals, trace metals, heavy metals, and by development of coastal development activities.
Today, I'm going to talk about the economic aspects of environmental conservation activities, in particular within the framework of the integrated management. More specifically, I'm going to talk about the economic valuation of natural resources such as marine and coastal resources.
Our final land is a large one, more than 2,000 square kilometers. Also, we have long coastal lines, 11,000 kilometers. From Seoul to Busan, the distance is only 450 kilometers. But our coastal line is
the development of the Yellow Sea project. Some stories from the early years. The Chinese delegation, the Chinese fisheries management delegation visited Madagascar on 27 November 1984. Dr. Chairman talking about his journey to us 4 days. Morning lecture and the space composition in the biomass yield.
또한 생물 다양성 보존 지역으로 4개 갯벌 총 71제곱킬로미터가 지정되어 있습니다. 수산업법이 있습니다. 수산업법은 1998년 국회 및 해양수산부가 수산업법을 개정해서 그동안 수산업에 대한 개별 면허 및 규제 정책에서 어획할 수 있는 총량을 규제하는
of the Yellow Sea, as well as the socio-economic issues related to the Yellow Sea. Through those 3 sessions, all speakers have stressed the need for countries surrounding the Yellow Sea to take joint actions for the protection and sustainable development of the Yellow Sea.
所以，作为中国政府的话呢，经过20多年的高速经济发展以后，我们都非常体会到保护环境、可持续发展的重要性。尤其是我们在中国沿海是中国主要人口的居住地，也是中国经济社会发展最密集的地方，所以中国政府同样非常关注。
정부나 업계, 학계의 교류 협력 등은 우리 양국 의회의 보다는 활발했던 것 같습니다. 이제는 양국 의회 및 의원의 교류 활성화가 대상이라고 생각합니다. 그래서 저는 한중 의원들이 서로 경험을 짚어놓고 어떻게 하면 서로 이익을 증진시킬 수 있고, 증길 수 있는 그런 황해의 환경보전과 지속가능한 이용에 관한 법률 제정에 관한 의견들을 교환하고 정보를 교환하고 협력을 해야 하는
관심 있는 양국 의원 간 협력 네트워크 구성은 매우 중요하다고 생각합니다. 이런 협력 네트워크가 금년에만 그치는 것이 아니라 정기적이고 지속적으로 이루어져서 황해를 살리기 위한 노력에 민의의 대변기관인 양국 의회가 관심을 갖고 노력하고 있다는 것을 널리 알릴 필요가 있다고 생각합니다. 올해는 황해를 중심으로 양국 의회 간 협력과 YSLME 프로젝트 일환으로 의원 세미나를 개최하였습니다만 황해와 한중 양국에만 한정할 것이 아니라 시야를 넓혀서 동북아시아 연안국 의원 간 포럼이 필요한 시점이라고
Middle of southern coast of Korea, one big oil spill accident from the vessel, oil tank vessel name is Prince.
For the Yellow Sea management, we need more scientific knowledge and many data. For the enough understanding of Yellow Sea, we have to support the international program and establish data.
Very much based on the science results, scientific findings, as well as the
Assembly, part of National Assembly Ocean Forum. So we are focused on public awareness and environmental education for public. So this year we are going to have.
However, the Yellow Sea has been one of the most significantly affected LME by human development. Today, the Yellow Sea faces serious environmental problems, economic development, recreation, and tourism. As the Yellow Sea.
So we can make good natural resources, also good future, also good cooperation from the Yellow Sea. So I would like to close. Thank you very much, Dr. Lee, and yes, Yang.
I think I wish to thank all of you who contribute to the conference. It is a family honor to discuss this very important issue with all of you. I think more importantly, in the process of preparing this conference, we get support from a lot of our colleagues, in particularly under the leadership of Dr. J. There are a group of people I do wish to extend my personal and on behalf of all of you appreciation.